Good morning, veterans, members of the community, student body, faculty. We'd like to welcome you to Pleasant Hope High School today to celebrate a very important day in the history of America, Veterans Day. You help us remember that freedom is not free and not to take for granted such things as that. So, our students have worked very hard on a presentation honoring you, and we hope that you appreciate and enjoy their effort. They put in quite a bit of effort for this. They take genuine pleasure in honoring you, as do we. So then, without further ado, enjoy the ceremony.
Thank you, veterans, for serving our great nation.
Thank you, veterans. Thank you, veterans, for serving for our country.
Thank you, veterans.
Thank you, veterans.
Thank you, veterans, for your service.
I would like to say thank you to all the veterans for serving.
The Medal of Honor was introduced at the end of 1861. 2 months later, President Lincoln signed Senate Joint Resolution number 82 into law, establishing the Army Medal of Honor. Some 154 years later, we have awarded 3,495 men and women this highest of military honors. Over the long history of the medal, its criteria have evolved. The Congressional Medal of Honor Society identifies 6 values as being core to the embodiment of this award and its recipients: patriotism, citizenship, commitment, integrity, sacrifice, and courage. While few individuals through history have been awarded the Medal of Honor, all veterans have demonstrated these values to us.
Patriots are people who vigorously support their country and are prepared to defend their country against enemies or detractors. I have learned patriotism by seeing all the veterans who, when our country was in distress, did and still do anything they can to help our country and keep it and the people who live in it safe. And for that, we thank you, veterans, for your service and patriotism. Thank you.
Thank you, veterans, for your bravery and sacrifice for our country.
Thank you for all the things you've done for our country, and I would like to salute you.
Citizenship is standing up for your country no matter what may push you down. When I think of this definition, I see the image of a veteran. Veterans not only stand up for their country, but they serve in war for it. That, I think, is an ultimate display of citizenship. Veterans teach us citizenship by standing up for their country and not letting anything push them down. Thank you, veterans, for teaching us citizenship.
Thank you, veterans, for everything that you've done. You've made a difference.
I want to thank all veterans actively serving, retired, wounded, missing in action, or otherwise unstated. I want to tell you thank you for your service, and thank you for being here today.
Veterans are committed because they want to be, not because they have to be. The reasons for the depth of their commitment is as diverse as each individual veteran. Be it for family, a promise, a person they look up to, or even for something that resides deep inside their conscience. Even when reaching the point of exhaustion, when every fiber of their being wants to quit, they don't. These men and women will do anything, go beyond what we conceive as possible to fulfill their promise. Veterans have shown and continue to show us commitment to country, to honor, to each other, to the ideals of our Constitution, to family, and to our very way of life. You don't know the impact you make on me, on us, and that is why we thank you.
I have learned integrity through the service of veterans. They teach us to put aside what is easy and do what is right, to do what needs to be done, even when no one else is willing to do it. It is integrity that preserves freedom and protects democracy.
Thank you, veterans, for all your service and all you do, not only for the United States, but for the whole world. Thank you.
Thank you, veterans.
Thank you, veterans.
Thank you, veterans, for making this country great. When I think about the word veteran, I think about sacrifice. My sister actually serves in the Air Force and is constantly sacrificing for our country. She goes long days without seeing her family and favorite sister so that she can protect all that is good in this country. So thank you, vets, for your sacrifice, because I truly know how significant of a quality that is.
I'd like to thank all the veterans that have sacrificed so much for us. I'd also like to give special thanks to James and Ruben Kessler.
I'd like to say thank you to all those veterans who served, long hours on ships out at sea, getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning to go stand out on a cold fantail, watch the ocean go by in the dark and the rain, the hours that are spent away from home in any one of the services. I'd also like to say thank you to their families. The hardest job in the Navy is a Navy wife, because she's left alone at home to take care of the family and all the obligations that go with being at home. And while I was Navy, I know that there's wives in the other services. And I'd like to say thank you to them, and thank you for taking care of things at home so that we can go serve overseas and take care of this great country.
Veterans, this morning we would like to say thank you on behalf of everyone here at Pleasant Hope for the service you have laid down. I truly believe that this is the greatest nation on earth, and it would definitely not be that way today if it weren't for the sacrifices you all have made in order for our country to be the place it is today, where people can grow up free and live the kind of lives that they want to live. So thank you very much for the sacrifices you have made. We sincerely appreciate your service to our country.
Sacrifice is a soldier's promise to the country. To give their life and liberty for strangers they may never meet. To stand up for those who can't in the line of duty. To battle those who threaten their great nation. To care for the souls who have been wounded. To protect their brothers and sisters. To listen and do the things most people can't handle to do. Sacrifice is a soldier's greatest gift for their country. Thank you, veterans, for your great gift of sacrifice.
Hi, thank you, veterans, for all that you've done. As a daughter of someone who is active duty Army Special Forces, I know what you have sacrificed, what you've gone through, and how much you deserve all the recognition that you can possibly receive. Thank you again for everything, for your continuous courage and patriotism of this country. Thank you.
Thank you, veterans.
Thank you, veterans, for giving us freedom in this country. My stepdad is a retired disabled veteran in the Air Force, and he did so many good things. Thank you, Chris, for your hard work to protect this country. Thank you, veterans.
Thank you, veterans, for serving and protecting our country.
Everyone that serves our military has courage. But why? With their courage, they sacrifice their life in serving their country, something only few of the many Americans in this country do. They risk their lives every day to protect their family and millions of other families in America. They have the courage to make the choice to serve and sacrifice their lives for our freedom. They serve so you don't have to. And that is a debt that we Americans, young and old, will never be able to repay. The women and men that serve our country with honor go valiantly running into the unknown, not knowing at what cost they might pay for our freedom. Some returned unscathed, but we know that some give of their bodies with great cost. There are those with invisible wounds, the emotional and mental scars, and then there are those who've lost so much more, everything. We may never be able to repay their noble acts of courage, for there is no price for the amount of courage and bravery these men and women have. But we Americans, on this day and every day of the year, can show them love, kindness, show them respect and the honor that they need and they deserve. Thank you, veterans.
I would like to say thank you to all veterans, but most importantly, my dad. Thank you, Dad, for serving in the Navy for our family and keeping our country safe.
Thank you!
Thank you, veterans.
The values are taught to us every day through the life and service of veterans. They are values that we and you should embrace in every moment of our lives. We hope that you take away why you deserve to be revered, celebrated, and respected. You teach our nation patriotism and citizenship. You show us how to be better individuals through courage and integrity. You hold the highest standards of humanity, commitment, and sacrifice.